Hey guys, it's Clayton here from the Non-Typicals. I kind of wanted to explain to you how I run my dogs. So basically, I'll get up in the morning about 3 o'clock, go out, feed everybody, give them a little bit of water, load dogs up, get collars in their trucks, load the guns up, and then we start out in the morning and we'll drive to a block of woods that we hunt. That's pretty common to get a coyote going out of it, and they tend to be in the same areas. We'll feed dogs into that area, see if they can get a coyote going. Basically, all free casting. We'll work dogs up Gaswell roads, around thicker areas, see if they can get anything going. If that doesn't work in the areas that we're running, we'll move to the next block. We run a lot of big woods, so a lot of state game lands, a lot of private ground. All depends which area we're in, and we'll just move from block to block until we get a coyote running. Run a lot of our older hounds, more of our 8, 9, 10-year olds, even your 3, 4, and 5s, 6s. I mean, that are not not chasing garbage, no deer, nothing like that. We kind of hold the pups back, or we'll walk them in on leads if we're walking into a block and trying to get something going, and go from there. And eventually, once we get one going, we'll feed hounds in, younger dogs, and run it that way. But let's start. I got the Alpha 100 here. I bought it last year. They come out with the 200s, and I wasn't too sure what I wanted yet. Pretty new to this. I did it about a year now. What I like about with the Alpha, you can tone, shock, and track all in one unit. That's what's nice about this. Instead of carrying a tracker and like a trash breaker, they call it, so something you can shock with. Pretty good with it. I mean, you can reach out to about 2 miles. They make extra attachments, as in antenna wise. This here you can extend out extremely long for big woods. We run a lot of game lands, so you got a lot of hills, a lot of ravines you lose dogs in. That's one main thing I like about that. Battery life seems to work pretty good. I'd be consider updating to the 200i with the bigger screen. One thing I noticed I don't like about the 100 is that when the sunlight hits the screen, it's hard to see. So the 200i has some sort of protectant on the screen, as in when the sun gets it, it gets brighter. So that's one thing nice about the 200i. That's here in the near future. With the T15 collars that they sell, prongs are right on the inside here, as you guys can see. Pretty easy charging. If you're looking to run with beagles or anything like that, this collar here is probably not going to work. It's pretty big. I mean, they might fit. Depends how big your beagles are. No really complaints with these at all. I did notice here this past week of running, I'm losing communication in the box whenever I have all the doors and that closed. That's kind of a little bit of a difficulty. You gotta, when you get the dogs out, you gotta restart the collar, from what I'm finding right now, to track them. One thing nice about the Alpha too is they make a satellite image, so you can see if they're in fields, if they're in the woods, near a creek, if you're not too familiar with the area at all. That's like an extra, I think, $70 when they run it on sale. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my dog. So I'm running a 8-year-old, she should be 9 here now actually, Lemon Walker female. I got her already broke on coyotes. She's a really good dog. She's deer broke. She doesn't play with no garbage in the woods. Good dog. She doesn't have a very good nose on her, but if she's barking, she's on a coyote. I got a 5-year-old this year. Her name's Ann. She's got a decent nose on her. She'll take a track. She's got good speed on her, good endurance. They got fuel tanks, both of them, for all day running. And then recently, I started getting into maybe making some of my own dogs. So I got 2 pups here last March. They're pretty good so far. I took them and started getting them trained. You could start them out on a drag. If you got an old coyote hide laying around, get some urine. Start training them on that. Some guys will train on rabbits. It's all on preference. That's all pretty new ballpark to me, so I can't give you no pointers on that. But so far so good. I working on getting them deer broke, trying to keep them off of deer and get them onto their game coyotes. No complaints so far. Good year running this year. The pups had a couple good chases. Older females did really good this year. I mean, for summer running, I think we got 22 coyotes. We had a lot get away this year, a lot get away. Coming into the winter months now, we're hoping to get some down, get some tournaments going here. All right, guys, have a good night.